Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So in this video, I want to talk about confidence. Something has happened in my understanding and my experience of confidence that I have to talk about it. For the longest time, I have suffered with confidence. And on the outside, I look like the most confident person there is. But on the inside, it has been a struggle, like a major struggle, to the point where I have not liked myself for a very long time. But something has changed, which is why I'm here. I'm going to trace it back for you guys. So it's 2008 and I have started in university. It's my first year and I am alone for the first time and I am lonely. I struggled so much to make friends at university and to find my place, to find my identity, to find what it is that I really wanted to do or be involved in. University, in short, was one of the worst times of my life. Like, I hated it. And I think that's where I started to lose my identity, what I was before, what I understood myself to be. It's the first time that I was not responsible for anybody else but myself. It's really the first time, I think, like everybody else, that I was free, right? And it was the biggest struggle and the most painful thing, one of the most painful periods in my life. Anyway, I finished university and that loss of identity, that loss of confidence just continued. It followed me into my young adulthood and it followed me into my 30s, where I am now. As I said, I do not come across as somebody who is not confident because I refuse to let the outside world see that vulnerability, or I have previously refused to let the outside world see me in that way. And the way it manifested was that I couldn't be on my own for long. And so when I'd go out, I always wanted somebody there with me. I went to meet people. I've been in a relationship for 17 years now, so I always had somebody. And that was my source of confidence, that I had people around me, I had people who loved me. That was a source of confidence for me. Another source of confidence that I relied on was my academic achievements and my career achievements. I never felt good enough unless I was achieving highly, and it was being noted that I was achieving highly. I think I was always trying to prove myself and feel affirmed and validated by other people. But I found that no matter how much I have accumulated or achieved, no matter how many relationships or friendships I've had, there's just this constant feeling of not being good enough and a lack of confidence in myself. So what has changed? What has changed? Over the past few days, I went away. During the eclipse weekend, I went away on my own for the first time in forever, and particularly in the last 2 years, which have been the worst time of my life. I finally went away and I was alone and I had to sit in my silence. There was nobody there for me to depend on, to call on, to hold me together, to rely on. There was nobody there but myself and my thoughts and my opinions and my ideas, all of which I've always felt like they weren't valid enough to share. Even my knowledge that I've accumulated, even my talents, I've never felt that any of that has been good enough. Being alone validated my individuality and my existence on this planet, in this world. I was suddenly aware that just existing was enough, that I was enough, without anything else, without all my friends, without my relationship, without all these external factors. I was enough just as an individual. And I have not felt that way. And when it finally hit me, I'm trying to remember the feeling that I felt, but it was this just calm rush of understanding and of knowing. I finally cracked the confidence code, which is that nothing external is going to make me confident. Confidence is not external. It's all about the inner space. Confidence comes from within. It does not come from without. And for a long time, I have been seeking it from outside, from all the external things but myself. And just this feeling came over me and I was like, oh my God, I get it. Like, I finally get it. I'm okay. Like, just existing is enough. There is nothing to be afraid of. There is nothing to be cringe about, right? The fact that we are here, the fact that we exist on this planet, the fact that we made it in this time out of millions and millions and millions of eggs and millions of little swimmers, and we were the ones who made it here, that's a validation enough. I really feel no sense of shame now and no sense of inadequacy. I've just got to a point where I just accept everything as it is, and I am no longer fighting. Like, a weight has been lifted off of me where I am no longer fighting anything. Not to have a child, not to have friends, not to succeed in my career. Everything is just as it is and as it's supposed to be. And I've accepted that. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to do what I need to do. I'm just not going to do it with aggression or angst or not enoughness. There's not going to be any desperation. Like, there's no desperation. Now, I don't know whether it's to do with the eclipse that happened, but I've read into it and I've been reading astrology and my birth chart and what the astrologers are saying was happening for me around that time and during this time as well, based on my birth chart. And it seems very much in sync with what I am actually experiencing. I don't want to say that I fully, wholeheartedly believe in all of that stuff, but I'm really opening up spiritually and otherworldly, astrologically, I guess, to understand myself more and to guide me along my path, along my journey in this life. I'm just so grateful that this is how I'm feeling, and I wish this upon other people. That's not to say that I won't have moments of uncertainty. I think it's to just say that even in those moments of uncertainty, I'm confident in my identity, whatever it is at that point, and I am confident in myself. Not in my abilities, not in my friendships, relationships, acquaintances, achievements. I am confident in myself and my existence. So I will close out with this. You cannot be taught to be confident. I think you cultivate it, if anything, and I think you experience it. You come to know it. And I think it's in moments of silence and when you're on your own that you get to meet yourself and know yourself, understand yourself, and start to become comfortable within yourself and confident with who you are in this world. So anytime you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling uncertain, you're feeling unsure and just overstimulated, take time out. Take some time out. Go somewhere and you're going to find some magic in there. There's going to be magic to be found. And you're going to find that you are the magic.